Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the left side is the blue Iroquois. We have Cronkonium, I think. And spawn on the right side is the red US of A. We have Java the Hutt. Blue will go ahead and claim this Kelpit, and we'll take out the boar there. When it comes to natives on the map, we do have the House of Fanar, so we got the Greek natives, which can give you access to the Everzone, the Boyars, and the Sacred Band Infantry. It's generally a good idea to go for the natives whenever there's a big button to produce free units, in my opinion, because you get more for units the longer you wait. And plus, trade post costs what, 200 wood? Or you can pay 100 food, 100 wood. Let's forget, it's 200 wood or 150 wood. I don't know why I'm drawing blank on that right now. 200 wood. So I was right. In which that can, of course, immediately get you... That will pay for itself pretty quickly. I mean, what? 2 Sacred Band Infantry is equivalent to 200. So anything past like 1 minute and you will get a profit. This map does also have some water buffalo for you to tame. It's probably a good idea for the native player to really grab them, since you can get a good livestock pen / farm to go along with it. My apologies. We do not have a set of villagers being brought on in. We got Varied Roots as the name of the deck, which I do spot cow. So it's a really good idea for them to go for those herdables, because you can get them nice and fat and go for some of the doggos, also known as cows. Or doggies, not doggos. Either way, villagers, ranching, advanced trading posts, wood, villagers, all resources, Annas, tomahawks, war hut, warrior attack, war hut, warrior hit points, conservative tactics, Italian horsemen, new ways, native warrior combat, which is a native card, all resources, sheep and homestead, forest prowlers, war hut warrior combat, counting horsemen, cavalry hit points, siege combat, native warrior conscriptions, North American trade, wampum, all resources, infinite, and light cannon 4. So we've got some native cards to go along with his War Hut cards. So it's probably a good idea for him to rush out the House of Fanar. I'm pretty sure Sacred Band Infantry are classified as natives, and you can get quite a nice little band of units. And we're not going to see the plus 1,400% attack against building card. The war chief's name is Sharp Knife, which I really can't tell if that's a custom name or a randomly generated name, because I really could see it go either way. We do not have advanced trading post being research. I tried using advanced trading post as the Aztecs. I'm not too terribly impressed. Granted, the Aztecs do have a good card alternative of getting 3 trading post wagons or Travises. Additionally, though, there could be a good possibility where it can be decent if you combine it with like the defense dance card to make it very resilient. Looks like the Kelpit will go down, just leaving to Gunmans. Like Doctor does go down, now his doggos are going to try to avenge him. Oh, the Mad Dog has a high attack speed of 12. Cask of wine, as long as it's not a cask of Monticello. And the thing as well, it's actually a good idea to lose some of the natives. They may have good damage, but the natives do also provide a good experience, which your opponent could quickly kill it off the crack shot. Does get some damage there onto the gunman. And now do have the market going on up. I haven't taken a look at the US deck, have I? We got RME, which does include not villager immigrants, French immigrants, Spanish immigrants, Chinese immigrants, wood coin, regulars, state militia, long rifles, Springfield Armory, Hamilton Economics, Virginia General Assembly, Russian American Company, Wood, United States Army, State Militia, 54 Massachusetts Volunteers, Carbine Cavalry, Rolling Artillery, State Militia, Sharpshooters, and Heavy Cannons. So we got some sort of State Militia deck. Long rifles do increase the range of State Militia, as well as the Minutemen, and allows you to get the Sharpshooters early. We do now have the shipment to 1 Meeting House Wagon, and it looks like he has gone for Pennsylvania. I just noticed something as well. Red has 4 trading posts on the field already, while blue does have 2. So blue's going heavy for trading posts. They may have been from the Chinese immigrants, maybe a mix of Chinese immigrants and not. It's going to start bringing that experience. We do have a early farm here. He has gotten some water bison eating there. Very nice. They're pretty close to being fully fattened, which can give you quite a bit of food. The Iroquois can get out on unique card polling mills, right? Didn't have a selected, but allows you to basically quadruple the consumption of livestock, which it goes from like a 2 collection rate to an 8 collection rate, which is the same collection rate as crates. So you unpack the cows and sheep. Good damage there onto the general. Who's not going to be aggressive. He knows this one has a good number of trading posts, so being aggressive with the trading posts is probably a good idea. Take a bit of time. He does have his own advanced trading posts, so his trading posts do have a basic auto attack. Not great. 20 damage even less is 50% less than an outpost, and the range is 8, which is can even be outranged by some units. Deserted Skirmisher has now been claimed. Up there's the capital, and bring in the statehood research. Now he's going for Hamilton Economics, as well as going for Indiana, which can get him a unique card to make his age up to industrial age for free, but takes a very long time, so we may be seeing that. Indiana does provide the Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act, which I mentioned. Industrial age becomes free, Imperial age reduces the cost. Increases the age up time by 350%. And Indiana mobilization ships additional carbon cavalry for each shipment you've sent so far this game. All units, technology, and age ups are faster and cheaper. And he is going for the rolling artillery, so he's eyeing for a bit of aggression, not going for the mammoth hack. It's actually still water bison over here, so you can still claim. Looks like the bison, some of them are now fully fattened. Probably soon to be fully dead. Throws down more of this. He does have some Anna archers. Their siege damage is not good. And now he's building his own trade post there with his war chief. Rolling artillery will be useful. Gatling guns. He's noticed this one's going for more of an infantry composition. You now have the war chief. Which war chief is going for the war chief. And now go to the Forest People ceremony. The US player does have a shipment available. a good idea to go for the Mammoth Act. There goes those Annas, getting annihilated by Gatling guns. This player probably should take this trading post rickshaw and throw it onto the House of Fanar.
What is your command?
Got a number of veteran carving cavalry here. And I was bringing the Russian American Company and bringing in first Pennsylvania rifles.
I'm ready.
Give him 5 sharpshooters. Advanced trading posts do have extra health as well as that auto attack. As mentioned beforehand, the auto attack is not good. And there goes that trade post. Blue's force is starting to get hit by the sharpshooters. We got a number, the 2 blockhouse wagons pushing forward, as well as a number of the Spanish pikemen from the Spanish Immigrants Guard. And Spanish pikemen do have decent torch damage, 41. And ours getting some good damage here. Dude, now got the blockhouse wagon here.
Yes.
And there goes the trade post. We won't be able to do much to the blockhouse because with this force nearby. Your splitter still has a shipment available. And he almost has enough resources to age up. He may be eyeing to actually going for a fast Imperial with the Mammoth Act. Here comes the horsemen trying to overrun the Gatling guns. Looks like they will be intercepted, however. And this force over here is not going to provide much fire support. Does take out one of the Gatling guns, however. Another Gatling gun still up. He has killed off 2 of them. He will potentially lose all those forces. The war chief does escape on out of there. And I do have a shipment of the 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, giving some state militia, regulars, and some of the veteran. And over here, got Annas. Like I said beforehand, their torch damages are not good. We do actually have a community plaza here with a handful of villagers here. No healers to work it, but he is going for wampum. Units trained faster. All units and buildings grant more experience when created.
I'm ready.
Red does have a sizable force here. And now going for some mercenaries. You got a good number of forest prowlers here. Forest prowlers are a good skirmisher unit. Gatling gun firing away. Do have some elite musket riders. They may want to focus on that Gatling gun. Horsemen are starting going down there. The regulars will be taken out by the riflemen. Musket riders trying to hit the Gatling gun. He's putting some holes into it. And there goes the musket for the Gatling guns.
I'm ready.
And Red's force will get cleaned up by the forest prowlers. Forest prowlers do have a stealth ability. That's their primary advantage for a skirmisher variant. Bring another round of rolling artillery, which should give him 2 more Gatling guns. Going for some sharpshooters there. It's probably better to go for some hussars. Falconets wouldn't be half bad either, but it's US, so you can't really get falconets, can you? And now here are these Amazonians. They are classified as a light infantry unit and mercenary. They offer 35 damage, 20 range, regular attack speed, extra anti-heavy multiplier. but it does offer less damage versus general infantry. Now they're all gunned down. Which didn't really provide all too much versus the elite forest prowlers. They actually did a little 50% less damage versus the forest prowlers. They're a light infantry unit, so those mercenaries were not a good idea. Going for a round of regulars. Now bring in the Indiana mobilization, which will give them 12 carbine cavalry and reduce the build time of units by 10%. And reduce the research time by 10%. Heavy cannons are unaffected. Or balanced out, I should say. We do now have the North American trade, which will give him coin generation upon collecting natural resources. And now he's going for healers as well. Healers, I should be able to work the community plaza. Healers are maxed out at 10, like what's it called? Like warrior priests, but I don't think they offer the ×2 work rate like warrior priests. Carbine cavalry should be effective versus opponents' heavy horsemen, like the Cronkonium horsemen, but the musket riders are not classified as heavy; they are light. And gunpowder. We have another hussars there, a good round of Gatling guns. Carbine cavalry will see bonus damage from the forest prowlers. Hussars push way forward. Gatling guns push way forward, gain some good damage on the forest prowlers. Musket riders trying to engage the Gatling guns. Carbine cavalry have not been focused down. Did not pick up the cavalry. Regulars engaged in melee. Gatling guns now pretty much by itself. Good volley there, not great. Does get a good volley there. Just leaving now the forest prowlers remaining, and the regulars will get report by them. Looks like he can no longer get any more healers, so he may want to get that community plaza not working on that anymore. Maybe a good idea to let the healers work there and move the villagers off of it as well. But he will get now 12 experience per second.
Let that help keep.
20 out of 25, providing 12. Yep, definitely not as good. Healers are definitely not as good as warrior priests. Sharpshooters need to keep their distance. They do offer extra range as a skirmisher unit. Forest prowlers, however, are going to be engaging in melee, or not melee, in close range. More forest prowlers and more horsemen. Got another round of hussars here, but there's now a number of tomahawks here to intercept. And now do get the cavalry hit points a card. Sharpshooters in a good position there, supported by the blockhouse. Hussars push way forward. Another round of hussars and sharpshooters. Cronkonium horsemen do offer more bonus damage versus artillery. Nearly 400 health versus... They're roughly similar at this point in time. Both offer range armor, not melee armor. Of course, veteran sharpshooters actually do have higher range resist than the forest prowlers, but their health is much lower. Hussars now overrun the forest prowlers, going for more tomahawks now. Looks like these villagers clicking up wood do provide 0.01 gold per second. That's not super great now, is it? Oh, looks like I got a number of forces here. They may have ambushed the way forward. Another trade post has gone down. Red's trying to torch down this trade post. Blue has a number of villagers up here, in which they do provide 0.15 gold per second for collecting up natural wildlife, which is actually decent. Plus 10% gold drop off for food collection. Force players push away forward. One's camouflage. They're all moving slow because of him. Those forces moving around there. Do got a number of state militia here. Elite Tomahawk Research. The US player does have another ship available. So it's not still not gotten the age up. Re-age up. Going for the Minutemen now. State militia are more closer to crossbows than they are to skirmishers. Their damage multiplier is only plus 50%.
Yes.
They do have increased max health being close to other state militia. Looks like they will win that fight, but not really a big win. And Hussars find a good opportunity taking out a massive number of these villagers. US players have 29 villagers. The Iroquois has 50 villagers, but he's losing a good number of them here. Looks like the state militia did win that fight. Red's starting to push way forward there. Carbon cavalry being picked off by some of these units. Got some pikemen here as well. Another round of regulars push way forward. We got some musket riders there, which these pikemen may want to focus them down. Another round of forest prowlers. And Red's now starting to fall back. Try and go for another trading post here. And he will take out all these villagers and then and they will eventually take out this trading post. The trading post did actually some damage there. Red's army's back here. Looks like these French villagers are getting hit. And now we do see the elite warhawk tactics going for the sheep and homestead, and does have the damage dance active. Red's single villager is getting hit by the warhawk, and now these hussars are going to be engaging these villagers down south. This homestead wagon could give me access to a plantation, I believe, which could be useful to get some of the gold income research going. Or we could go for another farm and get more sheep fattened and then eye for some cattle ranches for the cattle ranching card. He does not have the ranching card just yet. Doesn't really have the food right now as well. He's losing a good number of these villagers. Tomahawks to take out those hussars now, pass those villagers back onto food. Hussars have gone down here, but now got a good number of regulars and among other forces now push way forward. Blue's army's gonna fall back. They're doing 29 damage now, thanks to the plus 23% damage. And he's going for rolling artillery again, which will give him one Royal Artillery. Then the next one after that, he will get 3 more Gatling guns. If you're gonna make use of the community plaza, you really have to be very active on switching between all those abilities, because right now the extra damage is doing nothing. Pikemen now gonna be taking out this trading post, no problem. Another horseman deployed on out, going for another round of tomahawks. Villager trying to stop, but will get stabbed to death. Apparently that villager had higher DPS than the pikemen in melee. Yep, these villagers do have 16 damage melee attack. The pikemen only have 10, so they do have higher. Villagers do have a higher DPS than pikemen in melee. Horsemen push away forward, and they will be quickly gunned down. We do have another tribal marketplace queued up here. Sharpshooters will be picked off by these tomahawks. Hussars are moving around. We do have now this war hut taking some damage. Takes out that horseman there. Horse Prowler is now pushing up over here to engage. And these hussars will find these villagers as well. Villagers have evacuated out the ruins of the war hut. Red starting to fall back, taking some damage with these various forces, taking out more of the Iroquois villagers down to 38. Opponent's at 28. He's not really been the US player has not really been building whole many villagers. Hussars pushing forward once again. And this infantry force is falling back. More tomahawks now being blown on the field. He has a population of 71 versus 54. US player has far too much wood at the moment. He may want to get... He only has 5 villagers on wood as well. He could try building secondary or tertiary town centers. Then he can use the Mammoth Act to age up while able to still build villagers. One of the regulars going on down. We do still have the blockhouse here. And looks like it is improved. Got the militia now being brought on out. Minutemen. Minutemen do offer good damage. Carving cavalry and hussars trying to push forward. The hussars will get annihilated by the tomahawks. Regular will go down, and the militia will be going down as well. More tomahawks now being deployed on out. Blackmen do take out that villager. And these pikemen are slowly getting gunned down by the town center. And will get tomahawked. Tomahawks now engaging this trade post there. Do now a secondary town center over here by the Iroquois. Bring in the Roar Artillery, which will give him 3 Gatling guns. You may still have that other one still on the field somewhere. So having 4 Gatling guns can be very good. Frontier outpost here. Yes, player, it does cost 2,000 wood or food to age up. Going for a big round of sharpshooters. There's his 3 Gatling guns supported by a hussar. He will spot this outpost wagon. Outpost wagon will go down. So as a saloon there, providing some good gold generation, Sparkies. And now he's going for Napoleon guns. Napoleon guns could be interesting. They are, of course, anti-light. These opponents mostly has a light army. Or anti-infantry, not necessarily anti-light. So the Napoleon guns would be a potentially good idea. It's going for a big round of regulars. Trying to destroy this town center. He will get flanked. Gatling guns not exactly building killers. They do 25% less damage there. Got another round of pikemen there. Gatling guns have rotated around, gains some good damage there. Annihilating the tomahawks. Gatling guns are going to be flying for the moment. Pikemen engaging the villagers. Villagers being engaged by the hussars. 2 of the Gatling guns have gone down. Napoleon gun may have been cancelled. Force Paws being hit there. Not much left for the US force, honestly. Tomahawks being engaged by the Hussars. Not many Tomahawks remaining. Now we've got a number of musket riders here. Here's placement for more Hussars. Still has 2,000 wood. There's the Napoleon gun. The Napoleon gun does 75 damage, ×3 versus all infantry. So they will one-shot force prowlers. Got Hussars now push way forward. Napoleon gun did find a shot. Another round of sharpshooters. Got now the Travises being put on field. Getting out some free Travis could be very nice. Farms not being built. He has a good number of sheep on the field. Good number of them actually quite fattened, so you may want to start collecting them. Now got some outpost wagons going on up. Frontier outposts here may get destroyed. This is not getting hit at the moment, so we got a good amount of defenses here by the US player. Number war huts going up for the Iroquois. This is going to try to torch down some of this. Multiple war huts now going on up. The Spanish pikemen would be very useful for their torch damage. They have 41 torch damage, which is very good. Outposts going up here. Hussars now able to engage forest prowlers. 3 war huts now deployed on the field. They're not fortified. The fortified would, of course, greatly help out their damage in this situation. They also have 20% siege armor at the moment. Not sure how they got 20% siege armor. I guess blockhouses and other defense outposts do. I guess blockhouses do have 20% siege armor. No, that didn't. Or it may have just disappeared. Am I just going crazy? Perhaps I am. There's one that said it did have 20% siege armor. Now we do have, what, all 7 war huts here? Yep, all 7 war huts at least been put on the field. I see 5 of them there. Got Siege Workshop and a Corral. The Iroquois do have quite a bit of gold stored on up.
I'm ready.
So it looks like this war huts can't deploy on the field as long as the general's in the way, I believe. Yep, the general is in fact in the way, so you may want to delete that scaffolding. Oh, there's a general there. Now we do also have some war mantlets. Mantlets do offer good damage, siege armor, or siege damage, and there's a good frontline unit. 50% range armor is pretty good as well. Gatling guns gains a good damage, which does do siege damage, not range damage, so the mantlets won't offer any additional protection there, just bulk. They are classified as siege units and siege trooper. Gatling guns do less damage versus artillery, not siege units. Gatling guns down to 11 health, so it's pretty close to death. Sharpshooters having a bit of trouble here. These guys are not classified as heavy infantry or light infantry, so the sharpshooters only do base damage to them. Now I got the war hut being built here. These sharpshooters will have trouble versus all these war huts with the amount of fire they can provide. Sharpshooters push way forward. Got regulars also trying to engage the forest prowlers. Forest prowlers trying to fall back. Trying to bring in some more elite mantlets. You got an inspiring flag here to support out these units. Another round of mantlets there. More forest prowlers being pulled on out. The mantlets could take time to start sieging down this outpost. They do offer 55 siege damage. Did I hear more farms back here? Yep. Looks like the sheep have been largely consumed. These players currently pulling out nothing. Hussars trying to push way forward over on these mantlets. We got some musket riders engage those hussars. Outpost has taken quite a bit of damage there, being focused down by the mantlets now. And that outpost does go down. Sharpshooters now falling back, taking some damage upon retreat. Now there's still quite a bit of firing line here by the US player, but these units do less damage versus siege units. So they will do 50% less damage to the siege mantlet. Plus the range armor will make it so they take even less damage as well. Let's see. They're taking about 11 damage per shot, which is not too high to say the least. Now got some more outpost wagons now being pulled on out. Outpost wagons do cost the same. Actually, they're a little bit... Yeah, they cost the same as a outpost. So the quick way to get them built. Napoleon gun does go down. These siege mantlets are also classified as infantry, so the Napoleon gun will do its bonus damage against them. Blockhouse does go down, spring mainly deploying out 3 Gatling guns.
Yes.
Does have a shim available. Oh, up here we do have some US villagers are going down up here. Unless the Gatling guns do take out some of these forest prowlers. We got 4 of them here. I want to try and push way forward. They're pretty stacked up right there, so they could perhaps take some good damage. One of the Gatling guns to go down. He's engaged in melee. These Gatling guns have no melee armor. And looks like the US player does back of the game now. Is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.